Pleb Broadcasting Service.
Let me hit record real quick.
Yeah, the fingerprints on your screen look like an entire landscape.
Shh, be quiet.
Well, you're not going to want to use this audio.
Welcome to Pleb Lab. Yeah, come on. Yes.
Welcome.
Nobody knows that I just started the live stream, but I just started the live stream. And we have a lot of things going on today. We have a man blowing up balloons.
Hello.
Because we're going to have a Friendsgiving feast extravaganza. Yeah, basically a feast extravaganza tomorrow, which will be our first party in the new Pleb Lab.
Yay. I'm blowing up balloons.
But I miss parties in the old Pleb Lab. And it's just sad that that already belongs to the past. You know? Like that era is just gone now.
Yeah, but closing of one era is the opening of a new one.
Yeah. That's true. It's just, you know, like, you know how Dwight says, like, you don't know you're in the glory days until they're behind you, I think. Or I think Andy said that, actually.
Yeah,
From The Office. Yeah, or Jim. Speaking of Jim.
Speaking of Jim.
Speaking of what? Yeah. Well, it is true.
I'm saying that on camera.
What are they doing? Why am I a woman being ignored at Pleb Lab?
There's girls in Pleb Lab.
Darren, you didn't want to talk, so I guess I won't ask you a question.
Good.
Okay.
This balloon has a hole in it.
Okay, something I'm excited about that I'm doing here, that I can talk about what I'm working on. I've actually, you know about this. I'm still working on it. I'm still finishing my Geyser UX research project.
Okay. How's that going?
Well, because like the research part is done, but I've been writing a case study, like write up on it, and like what we did and what we discovered and what we learned and how we implemented it, and that has been really hard.
Yeah. I remember about a month or two ago, you asked me for some feedback on the Geyser website.
Yep.
And
that was great.
It was nice to contribute to the work that you're doing.
Thanks. No,
I feel special.
nice. I want to keep doing that. I want to keep, because that was the thing that I feel like that was really useful that came out of doing this project, was just me getting to do those like casual interviews of like, hey, have you used this before? What do you like about it? Just very simple stuff, which is what we talked about.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to offer that to like anybody's project, just so you can be receiving feedback and making stuff better at all times.
Yeah, I don't know.
Always
did Austin
growing.
help you out at all with that?
Austin, you helped me, I think. Come.
With what?
I don't know. Yeah, everything. My whole life.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin Pleb Lab, Austin, Kelsey.
Just Darren wanted to leave. That's what was going on.
It's not a star.
Those balloons are the color of a turkey, kind of. Probably. The question is, will balloons last 24 hours? I'm just repeating for my live stream. Oh, no. Okay, what's up? What are you doing?
Just working on some final touches for the Pleb Devs course.
Yeah?
It's coming out in 10 days. That's some alpha. That's an announcement right there.
That's an announcement right
Most
there.
of the world won't know it until
That's a drop.
it just drops.
That's a drop.
On their faces.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's happening in about 10 days. We're just finishing the promo. I'm finishing some uploads and stuff like that. So pretty exciting.
Okay. What I was just talking about something that I'm trying to finish that's been difficult to finish. Has the course been difficult to finish?
Yes.
What can you talk about that? What was hard?
It was hard that no one was telling me what to do, and I had to do everything myself. And there was no there was no time when it had to be done, and so it kept on getting pushed out.
Yep.
Which is a good lesson. I mean, I think I could have structured how I was working on it a little bit better, but it's like it's a big one of those big ambiguous projects, like writing a book or something like that. It's just like it takes so long. You can't even imagine like all the different rabbit holes you're going to be going down, or like little things that might take days or weeks to get working before you can even continue in your regular progress. So
Yeah.
it was stuff like that, but it was good.
While you were talking, I was thinking of how I was gonna respond, and then I forgot it.
So you weren't listening?
Yeah, I stopped listening at some point there. But that's because I've been living this experience with you,
Yeah.
so I know what you're talking about. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean,
What was
we
I gonna
finished
say,
filming,
though?
like,
What was I
a
gonna
week
say?
ago or something like that.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So when you're doing like a project like this, that's like, you're the only one who's like making this thing exist. You're creating something, and you're creating something on your own, and so you have to. It has to like exist off of your energy alone, like only your energy. So you have to like keep providing it your energy, and that's really hard to maintain.
Yeah. Generally, I tell, like, this is the same thing when you're trying to learn how to code or doing, I don't know, anything that's big and takes a long time. And, like, I tell people, this is why it's nice to take a class or take a course where there's a curriculum. And hopefully that curriculum has been structured in a way that makes sense, in a way to where you're learning a few new concepts each time, but you're also making a victory, you're making a win. Because you need feedback to keep going. You need positive feedback in consistent intervals, or short enough intervals, and able to keep doing something for a long time. This is why, like, a lot of, developers, like core developers, protocol developers, stuff like that, they end up quitting and getting burned out because what they have to do, it takes such a long time, and there's no, like, there are not enough positive feedback that comes in through that. Like, maybe they get a grant once a year, maybe they get to release a paper or release a feature or something once a year, but, like, you need more feedback to, like, breadcrumbs to keep you going down the path. And so, yeah, how do you do that with something like a course? I don't know, but you could do it
I
with
feel
your
like
own
that's
learning
something
journey.
that you want people to learn from the courses that you are building. So like the people that you're trying to reach and like trying to teach, you want them to be able to like have a victory every time they do a lesson, right? I feel like that's built into your course.
Yeah, like, in a sense, the victories are small in the course because you're building a piece of this one project the whole time. And you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I got this piece working. I got this piece working. I can log in now, and I couldn't 30 minutes ago. So it is these small wins, but that's kind of how you have to break it up. It's like if I have 25 or 30 concepts to teach, which might be completely brand new, novel things for people hearing them. It's like, how do I break those up? In what order? How should they be grouped together? What's something that we can do on this that will like feel like we walk away and we've actually learned it? So those are always considerations, and those considerations conflict with each other, and that's when you end up like changing things and rescoping.
But that's more like toward like at the beginning. At the beginning of the project when you have to do a lot of the rescoping. Not at the end.
Yeah, at the end a little bit.
Oh, just to like package it for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I was gonna ask you another question, and it was, but that was a good question I just asked you though, wasn't it?
What?
The last one.
I don't remember.
I don't either.
Yeah,
Whoa, what do you got
good
there?
history,
Oh, really? I thought it was.
I was gonna get Chipotle. I was literally about to go leave and eat dinner, and then you pulled me over here. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you can leave.
Oh, it's okay. I'm chilling.
You can leave. There's a leaf over there. There's a big leaf over there. You're leaf blowing?
What are you working on, Jana?
Oh, I was just talking about how I was finishing my UX research case study, but another thing that I'm working on is printing things. I'm gonna start printing things here at Pleb Lab.
What kind of things?
Right now, I know it's gonna be stickers. Maybe in the future it could be T-shirts. Maybe it could be tote bags. Maybe it could be art prints. I really hope it can be books. So I have a lot of ideas.
Nice. I want soccer shorts.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool too. That'd probably be pretty easy.
Well, it's expensive to buy the shorts, but I want some, like, give me like that, the SN Stack of News. Give me some Stack of News soccer shorts.
Oh, that would be so sick. Yeah,
And
I want
Lab,
those.
Maybe Mutiny.
Okay, what about tank tops?
No.
But not like,
No.
not like the girly tank tops,
No,
like the
no.
boxy tank
No.
tops.
I don't think so. I like cutoffs.
Okay.
You can make a shirt and I'll cut the sleeves off, but
Okay.
just, tank tops, they're too ordered.
Oh yeah,
Really.
PBS used to have a cutoff tee representative. That was Kyle.
Yeah.
Because Kyle always wore a cutoff tee. But times are so different now, it's not even warm enough to wear a tank top in Austin, Texas. It's cold here now. Kinda, right? It's been cold.
It's been chilly.
It's been raining.
Yeah. What else? Why?
I don't know what else to do because nobody wants to talk to
Do
me.
you want me to go get someone for you?
Let's both just leave. Let's both just leave and go get people. Okay. You don't need it. It's not technical. Do you have a preference for the seat?
Yeah, no, we can definitely do that. Right.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
So I don't think anybody is currently watching. I hope not because we just left. I also don't know how to find that out. Should I find out? Let's
You
see.
can always spam the views for the both our phones. I used to stream on Twitch too and just like watch it on my phone.
I don't know. I'm not even logged into Twitter right now.
You're best
And
person.
what?
You're your best first viewer. So
I think you got to be a little bit closer. Wait, actually I can find out.
hello.
Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, I was just gonna say I'm logged out of Twitter because that's something I like to do. Like, I don't like to just stay logged in, my entertainment just getting sucked into my laptop on Twitter all day long. It doesn't always work out that way. But that's my goal. What about you?
I actually turned my phone settings into monochrome to
Done that before. That is very powerful.
literally.
How long has it been that way?
I'm on week 2 now.
Yeah.
And my view time has gone down.
Yeah.
It's. I can tell I'm addicted to my phone only because like those moments without it being on or without it in my hand, I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
When I open it, it's like, oh, this is boring.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. I did that. So I did the monochrome like switch thing in like 2020. And for like most of the year I think it was like that. And it was so great and it did. It's like I don't want to look at this anymore. It's not fun to look at this anymore. When it's like regular mode, you're not like thinking, "Oh, this is so fun."
You're seeing the beautiful colors. You're seeing all of like it's a very good marketing device. So.
But I had to go back to color because I really like to take photos.
Yeah, I have been noticing that all my photos are monochrome.
Mhm.
I was like, I can't tell.
It's a bad experience for the photos.
Yeah, artistically.
Yep.
activities.
Yep. Okay, let's talk about you. What's going on with you?
Actually, quite a lot. Next fall
Yep.
from a local institution over here in Austin. I won't dox myself too much, just know it's a university. There are plenty. We're a junior, and that's kind of a big thing. Obviously comp-sci, but I do host a lot of projects on campus, Bitcoin-centric. One of our biggest projects is we're trying to build a Bitcoin mining group and UTXO management group on campus to onboard the students to how to interface and deconstruct these miners, both physically and then from a tech perspective. So I drafted my proposal last week, and then we send it to campus administration to have them approve the group, which should be very easy.
Yeah.
I drafted a very, very thorough and in-depth proposal, both providing a benefit for the campus as well as the students.
Okay.
So yeah, it's we're
Okay. Okay, so in that proposal, are you kind of like allocating what kind of like rewards you may collect from mining, where that will be allocated? Okay.
Yeah, actually,
That's
that
kinda
was,
crazy.
That was brought up from one of the administrators. They let me know that all the profits will be going to the campus, which, I mean, if I wasn't mining already, I would have been like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, I set up my own home mine a while back, which with all S9s, which
Okay.
allowed me to kind of get a hands-on approach to it.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah,
No, okay, so that's really interesting. So it's a Bitcoin mining and UTXO management
exactly.
club?
Yes.
Club.
Yes, club.
Okay. So yeah, so what made you land on like doing exactly that, mining and UTXO management? That seems like,
Two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So my thing was, there's some computer science majors, both technical and non-technical majors, who have an interest in hardware, but they are very scared of the coding side of software.
yeah.
So my approach was to have them have a hands-on type of feel with taking apart these miners, cleaning them, and then
Yeah.
putting them together to kind of incentivize that type of urge to see what's behind the hood.
Yeah.
So once they see how non-scary the hardware is,
Yeah.
hopefully we can bridge them onto like the software approach to get them onto something like Sparrow Wallet, where they can actually see each individual wallet and then manage the funds from that wallet and
Okay.
directly send them to the Bitcoin mining machines.
Okay.
How that will go, I only know it in practice.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
teaching
yeah.
is another thing.
Right.
So
There will be a lot to learn, I feel like.
yes.
Okay, so was there ever a point for you where like working on this Bitcoin stuff was intimidating? Is that kind of, because I kind of hear from your approach like you don't want it to be intimidating.
Yeah, no, I mean, I used to live and operate at Pleb Lab, so this is I would say it's an intimidating sphere, but everyone here is so very smart, and
Yeah.
hungry, and talented. So unless you are
That's
somewhat
true.
equal parts of that, it will be intimidating. So I take away that hunger and not necessarily competitive edge, but everyone here is working towards a goal very fast and very efficiently. So we take away that type of pressure to work for some type of goal and just do it all off of experience and learning.
Mm-hmm.
So we thrive it off of my group. I speak as a we because I run my own business, but
Okay.
this is not a business venture. This is strictly educational. But I really just want them to, or want my other students and my co-students to get a hands-on approach to Bitcoin mining. Just from a very laissez-faire type of approach, you know, very, very, very relaxed type
Yeah,
of feel.
right.
To not scare them. So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. I'm curious about like who you have learned from on like the hardware end of things.
Yeah. Okay. So quite a few. I'll name the YouTube guys first. So we have technically Kaboom Racks because they're introductory videos on how to do this, how to do this. I've watched every 1 minute, 5 minute video at least like 5 times, especially when like I have to reset a miner. So
Okay.
Shout out Kaboom Racks. Also
Okay.
BTC Sessions.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a home run.
Yeah.
For anything related to node running, anything Bitcoin related from an educational standpoint. And then we also have, what was the other one? Bosscoin, who's more of a general approach
Okay.
to Bitcoin or really cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
But either way, he has hour-long videos that go into how to set up and manage an a large-scale Bitcoin mining rig, which is how I initially started, was home mining.
Yeah.
And that involves a lot of. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I see the light flashing, and I'm like, oh, I guess it must be working, so I'll tweak it a little bit. Oh, that's maxed out.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Well, you can hear it. You can
Alright,
hear
then
yourself.
I'll get
You want to
really
listen to
close.
yourself talk?
I mean, I used to stream on Twitch, so I would always.
You
get that.
did?
Yeah.
Okay, what were you streaming?
So we might as well. Might as well get used to it.
Yeah, it looks like it fits on you.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Right on.
I forgot what you were talking about. Oh, just you said Voss. Is it Voss?
Yeah, Boss Coin.
Coin? Okay.
Yeah, so he has maybe like hour-long, the really, really good videos. Of course, YouTube, it's kind of difficult with the self-promotion, but. But yeah, he has the hour-long videos where he goes into breaking down new miners, maintaining miners.
Okay.
Anything from the old S9 videos, which are like years old, to the ultimately new. I think we have like a Monero miner, which is like a combination of like a hybrid async miner with
Man,
something nasty like a.
this world is so crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like my thing is it pulls. Apparently, it's not as efficient as I'm not.
Yeah.
It was very, very lightly.
Okay.
But according to that video and his interpretation of mining from his setup, it wasn't as efficient as he had originally hoped.
Oh, okay.
Which for me, like my mining setup is much less of a demand intensive setup.
Okay.
So setting up that type of miner is just not viable. So going through that information and then testing and then going through like async-minervalue.com and then comparing actual efficiency rates, like I take away all of that for. Of course, I'll provide this information to my students, but going in beforehand with this information helped me set up my own efficient mining rig, which is completely run off of solar, minus when I charge it at night.
Ooh, cool. Okay, I have some questions about that, but I want to ask you some more about the club.
Yeah.
So is your university going to purchase miners? Will that be part of it?
I want them.
Can you talk about that part?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want them to purchase miners eventually, but the ones that they start off with, I'll probably just provide two S9s because I do have a pretty sophisticated rig, which not all miners are running. I underclock them severely to be able to mine from home. Right now, it replaces like a dollar cost DCA dollar cost averaging on Strike.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I would DCA about 75 cents a day on Strike, and I'm like, how do I get away from dollar cost averaging to this? I'm like, I'm big boy Bitcoin. I want to do big boy stuff. So
No, that's a big undertaking though. That's really cool.
Yeah, I wish it was more efficient and profitable, but we're here to learn. So
You got to start somewhere also and just grow. That's always if you're growing, that's a good sign.
That's the best sign.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I had one more question about the club. Oh, okay. Do you kind of have a sense of the Bitcoin interest among students with you?
Yeah.
And do you know who those people are who will probably be with you?
They're all mostly computer science majors. A lot of my circle is other computer science students who have interest in more hardware. So I don't want to generalize, but a lot of our students, they get recruited by smaller tech companies, smaller on the scale that they're not paying tech companies.
Okay.
They're
Right.
still pretty large.
Right.
No name dropping, but just they're pretty good, pretty big. But they have really just one goal in mind when they recruit.
Mm-hmm.
We have students who have other interests outside of just kind of working for a large corporation. They have other projects. They have other self-hosted projects, and they are very much sovereign individuals.
Yeah.
A lot of the students, at least from my university, they aren't originally American. They come from places like Africa. You have a lot of Sudanese. So it's very diverse when it comes to the African diaspora. So
Nice.
it's amazing. It's like they have a very fundamental understanding of Bitcoin because it's already in use back at home, and they see other people or other countries around them using Bitcoin. So it's not like a foreign. It's not like a foreign object to them.
Yeah.
It's more like a standoffish thing. So like their parents would handle things like Western Union transactions, so they know it from hearing them.
Yeah.
Talk about, okay, my parents can transact on this layer. But
Yeah.
my cousin transacting on Bitcoin.
Okay.
So that's the connection we see.
Okay. Yeah, that's really cool and interesting. It makes a lot of sense.
Thank you.
But I like what you're saying, just and that makes me think about like, I feel like people my age and your age, because I feel like I guess we represent different age groups, but maybe we don't. Maybe we're the same age group. I don't know. We're not like super interested in like working for corporations, you know? Like those big boys are going down.
Yeah, you're seeing definitely. It's a lot of self-interest and then community interest.
Yeah.
So people are becoming a little more community-centric.
And it's just not a good life. Kind of like, it's kind of like slaving for something, some like entity that like you don't really get to know personally,
Yeah.
or you don't really even get to like know, like it's the reach of a brand. It's not like the reach of like people. So you're just kind of like plugging into a machine.
Exactly.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah.
We're out of the matrix now.
Exactly. The cog thing isn't, the cog mentality isn't very popular anymore. So, yeah. It's been interesting. So all we can do is promote it. Can I ask you some questions?
Sure. Oh my God. Yeah.
Like, yeah. Let's go for it. So how did you get into the technical space of Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Because like, obviously we're in the heart of technical Bitcoin. So how did you get introduced to that, and how do you maneuver that environment as things grow and
Yeah.
as like we develop?
Okay. My experience is pretty limited, but it kind of begins with just Austin, my husband, is the one who like preached Bitcoin to me for a while, and then when I started paying attention, I was pretty consumed with just like learning as much as I could. And it was great because as soon as I like didn't understand something, which was just about like every time I read something new, I would just like have to ask. I had Austin to ask about it, and he's already like really good at explaining things. So basically, it all begins and ends with just like his interest in Bitcoin, and then like his, I guess it's a commitment that he has to like work on Bitcoin. That's all he wants to do, and I understand it and have the same desire. So that's what like got us here into Austin. Just because, I mean, it really has a lot to do with like me and Austin's relationship, but I'm just happy to be along for the ride. And then, yeah, my understanding kind of goes as deep, my technical understanding goes as deep as like using Bitcoin for myself. So I know I want to understand as much as I can about like how the wallets work, but mostly on like the software end, just because of like my user experience with Bitcoin is like probably as deep as my like technical understanding is going to go. So that also kind of makes sense because I am like, what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to learn and like contribute to is Bitcoin design.
Definitely a big need. UI UX design.
Yeah.
Oh yes, please make.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna take. I mean, I guess you've been looking at like Sparrow Wallet,
Yeah,
but like.
perfect example. I look at command line like all day. And
Yeah.
it's another interpretation of that. Like,
Yeah.
It's a great tool, you know. Like shout out Cold Card, shout out like
Yeah.
all the cold source devices that use these wallets. That use these wallets, but please make them nicer.
Yeah.
We're trying to spread awareness and onboard people who aren't as technical.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah. Use things that people already know. Like, I know a lot of wallets. Like, I hear a lot of kind of like when decisions are being made or like critiques are thrown out about them. A lot of the questions are like, what do you abstract from the user? Like, what do they not really need to understand? Just like know what's happening behind, and like, what do you explain to them? Or like, basically give them warnings of like, oh, you're about to do this thing. It's probably not a good idea. Like, I know that like Mutiny has kind of like built a few of those like types of like error messages, or I guess warning messages into the experience. Yeah, and I heard this guy talking about this recently. I last night I was watching a talk. This guy did at Baltic Honey Badger this year, and he was talking about just like we've grown up with Apple, and like Apple products were like designed the shit out of, and just like made to like you can pick it up out of the box and you know how to use it, and you know like the next day like it's now yours, and you like know how it operates, the ins and outs. So yeah, just kind of like that as like a model.
That's very true. Like we have had the same device since like 2001.
I am still rocking with an iPhone 6.
See, I don't know how y'all can do
I
that.
don't know either.
I'm like, well, I won't buy like the newest one because like 1,000 per iPhone is wild. But,
Yeah.
like, I still have like a 10XS, which is like 2013.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Not 2013.
10X,
2018, maybe?
possibly. I don't know.
Okay.
I just know I've had the same phone since I was a freshman in college. So,
Okay.
And we graduated soon. So, it's the same, like the actual same like device.
Oh, yeah.
No change in device, no upgrade or anything.
Yeah. You gotta be proud of that.
Yeah, no breaks, screen cracks.
Right.
nothing,
You gotta be proud of that. Unless you're losing like the tempered glass.
I don't think I have tempered glass on mine.
Okay.
I don't think I do. Nah, no, it's raw.
Wow. Okay, that is impressive.
Deal with it, and here I can cover my. You guys can see we got a big front sticker on the back. I got my Vax card on there, so I'm still in the
That's amazing.
in the trauma of it.
That is like an artifact. Just like the back of your phone, like both of those things together.
Yeah. I might actually put the what is it, the vaccine card in. Anyone knows if for the deep carders.
Yeah.
Listening later, there's this thing called the Nimbus box, where you can put
Oh.
your old card in.
What's it made of?
It's well, you can have plastic. I think it's a.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good. It's fireproof, waterproof. You can have like locks in it. It's very
Oh,
good for
okay.
its purpose. But you can. I don't want to give away too much juice, but you can cut out the foam and you can add things in there.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Definitely think about putting in other things than cold cards and signing device in there. Maybe some stickers. Maybe
Yep.
Some, like raw Bitcoin, community built art. Because I feel like it'll be worth more than some Bitcoin ordinals or NFTs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the
Same. Put it in the vault. The
Exactly.
physical things in the
Exactly.
vault. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Right. Yeah. 100. I don't know. That's a major question.
Okay. Cool. Thanks for the question.
Absolutely.
We just resurrected PBS, so this is the second week, and I'm nervous. You're making me nervous now because I'm like, oh, we're gonna lose steam the second week.
No, just keep bringing on people. Confident what they're doing.
That's everybody. Everybody should be.
Literally. I mean, everyone here, like they know what they're doing. They know like what they're. I don't even talk about what I know. I don't even talk about what I build. So.
Oh.
They probably. Just,
No, you know a lot. Hey, you're a very impressive young man. Okay.
Right. Study. Stay in school. Study. Please go back to school. Hey, if you're watching this and you are thinking about leaving college right now, bro, go back. Go back, bro. Or at least get some certs, bro. Like do something.
Yeah, I talk a lot of trash on college, but that's because I got a liberal arts degree, and I am glad that I did it.
Literally.
I don't regret it.
Just do it. Like, do something that you don't want to do, but make sure it's a big thing.
Yeah.
So then you can kind of get that taste for it. So when you do something you want to do,
Yeah.
you don't have to fight it.
I just wish like somebody would have like sat down and actually like talked with me about like, okay, what are you gonna do after college? Like, what's important to you after you finish? Like, what will you do with this stuff? Nobody. I don't know. I was totally alone
No,
on
you're
figuring that out.
Exactly right. No, most of us are.
Yeah.
Like, without this community, without Bitcoin, I literally would not know what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I wouldn't be as technical. I wouldn't be as
Come here. No, she came on last time. She sat on my lap. I was gonna see if she'd do it again. So this is your first time at visiting Pleb Lab here, right?
Yes.
This
yeah,
location.
nearby, yeah.
Okay, what do you think?
This is peak. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like,
Yeah.
first of all, y'all don't see this wall like here, just displaying all of the Bitcoin stuff. Like, absolutely, like, come on. Like, this is like, and it's not just the things, but the people as well embodying the things that are in here. So it's very much an echo chamber, not in a negative way, but like a very good echo chamber for work ethic, values, just anything you want to build around, anything you would like bring your dogs around, anything like you would want to bring your family around. Like I brought my mom to my very first presentation, and it was like an AI presentation on how to use the new tools coming out. This was like back a year ago, and everything was dropping. But that was the type of community. This is the type of community like where you can bring your parents to on your birthday.
Oh yeah, it was
Like,
your birthday
like,
too. Yeah.
Like, literally. So I'm just like, where else can you do that?
Oh man, it was cool.
Exactly.
No, but like work ethic too is like a huge like, and also it kind of like it's just kind of taken as a given. Like nobody sits around and talks about like, oh, I'm gonna work hard today. It's just like, it's just natural. It's just what goes on here. We're just after it.
Exactly. The hunger is here.
Yeah.
Very much here and alive, honestly. So,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I wish the spirit of working hard was with me more than it is sometimes, but I have the excuse of like I'm an artist, so.
Try to take in that artist space more.
Yeah.
You're like an actual artist.
I don't know.
Definitely not the actual artist. I just made my first like canvas piece.
Oh, you did.
Exactly, yeah.
Where is it right now?
So there's a place called the Stonebriar. I work with an art agency called Lux Art Agency, where I'm building one of their applications, a Bitcoin application.
Whoa! Wait, how did I stumbled upon a golden nugget. Now we have something else to talk about.
I have so many projects. This is Lux Art Agency. Shout out Samantha who founded Lux Art Agency. She pretty much brings artists like off the street almost, and she houses them and provides them a community space to sell and promote their art.
Whoa.
So check out their art. We have an event, I think December 1st.
Okay.
Where we'll be seeing my actual canvas piece along with some other AI stuff. Please don't throw rocks at me. But
I'm snapping.
yeah.
I'm excited. Okay, you said it's called the Stone Briar?
Yeah, it was actually an old people's home. Like they.
Is that on Congress?
It is.
I've seen it.
Yeah, they were on the news and all
Whoa,
that stuff. So
okay.
she's been doing an amazing job. So
Okay.
yeah.
So that's their community space.
Yeah, there's like 50 something artists there.
What the heck?
And they all make a variety of different art, like
Wow.
everything, like sculpture art, like canvas art, paint, body paint art. There's a therapist there, so
Okay.
yeah, it's very good. It's a very
Shoot.
beautiful community, yeah, just like this. But
I would love to go there. It's December 1st. It's a show. It's a show happening, and you're in it.
yes,
That is huge.
absolutely, yeah. Check out my pieces. So
Man, so you got multiple.
I do.
Whoa, you're blowing my mind.
A whole another alias of mine. I don't want to dox myself too much, but yeah, I do AI art, on the side.
Well, I saw your Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where you're putting the AI art.
That's where I put the AI.
Yeah. Okay. But this thing you painted.
This is real. This is actual this is actual art. So it's a multidimensional art piece. I use mixed media. I use acrylic paint, and then I also did something else with like a 3D texture. Where we
Whoa.
just slathered on another layer of acrylic and let it dry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
I'm trying to compete with us, Solana and Ethereum.
Man, I also have been working on a canvas project this year. Just acrylic paint, and I kind of don't like it. I wish, well, I don't like working with the acrylic paint. I wish I was working with oil paint. But yeah, it's just been slow going. I've just been trying to like.
What do you paint? Like, what's your
Well, so it's from a photo that I took. I'm just trying to like kind of do like a interpretive representation of the photo. Or maybe not interpretive, but what's the word? Yeah, impressionist.
Ah, okay. Oh,
Impressionistic. Leave the impression of the photo
okay.
on the canvas. And it's a picture that I took from the old Pleb Lab. I was like standing up on the like catwalk outside,
Okay.
and it's like of the building across
In
the
the
way.
backyard. I definitely see that. Yeah.
Man, it's not ready yet because I've been okay. So it's like I'm trying to leave like the impression of the photo, and I took the picture because like the windows had like really interesting, soft, colorful light coming out of the windows from like people's apartments,
Okay.
and I just wanted the impression of that light to be like the focus of the painting.
I was about to say ray tracing, but that's in 3D.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I
But
get
that
yeah.
part though,
Yeah.
it's really hard.
Yeah, but I can't even do it on the computer. That's what I can do.
It's really hard.
It's like, what? But yeah, that's amazing. So when did you kind of get into art, like, and taking it to where I'm an artist, like, you know?
Man, the thing about that is like I have a really hard time calling myself an artist now. Even like I feel like I'm just pretending to like be like doing art, but I guess always. Yeah, I don't know. I grew up. That's kind of like always been like the separation I've had from like the rest of my family is that like I'm just kind of into like doing the arts and crafts, and they're into like the sports.
Yeah, see, that's where I vibrate with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother's into like basketball. My dad's into football.
Yeah.
It's like like I do sports. Like I practice like jiu-jitsu. Like I practice MMA, but I don't watch it. Like I won't do it. You won't see me parlay. I'm not like shout out to the guys doing that, bro. But I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I'll sit in front of a canvas. You know, I'll cook, sit in front of a canvas, and then that's my art. That's my show.
I feel like the extent of like interest for me is just like physical activity is good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you should probably have it in your life. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna be like reading a book.
Exactly. Stay fit, you know, fighting fit, but you know,
Yeah.
the thing is, we're losing a lot of brain power as technology becomes technology.
Yeah.
To our generation, it's not just like the older generation's technology. This is some heavy stuff. So we don't want to lose ourselves, you know, in this acceleration.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Have you been able to take any like art classes?
When I was a kid,
Okay.
we did.
No, like literature classes at school?
Yeah. I mean, we have like standard, like core curriculum classes. I know.
Okay.
I'll talk my first institution. So my first college was Morehouse College in Atlanta.
Right.
TCU. So
I remember that. You told me that, yeah.
You guys know my story.
I forgot. But I remember now that you say it.
Absolutely. That was when I first got all of my gen ed classes out the way.
Yeah.
They did have art history along with philosophy.
Okay.
Which I was more interested in those classes than I was.
Yeah.
At the time. I was like, what the hell? You know, I ended up running a business. I was like, you know, your business, maybe I'm gonna start a business. So, you know, but,
That's usually how the successful ones do it.
yeah, you know, dude,
I don't know.
like, all these, literally, like this is a very common story in
Yeah.
Pleb Lab and in this type of spaces. If you're gonna do it, like just go. And
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Just don't ask for permission or whatever.
Exactly. You make mistakes along the way.
Yep.
You know, just to make sure you have a good lawyer on deck. But have like one of the best lawyers in the world as a mom. So.
Nice.
So she does an amazing job making sure I don't stray too far, which definitely leaves it in my ballpark. But having a good circle and having a good network to push your dreams and goals.
Yeah.
Sets up,
I feel like the other thing about the framework that is like helpful is just like, yeah, you're gonna mess up, but you're just a humble pleb anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's fine.
And we're young too, so.
Yeah.
You know, screw it, pack a bag.
Yeah.
I don't really have to worry about it. A lot of people are like, yeah, I'm 18, 19, 20, 21, whatever, you know, all the way up until, you know, I'd say even late 30s. Like, go out and test, experiment, and try to figure out, you know, what's going on. Because you have another decade or another, whatever 50 is, my brain's spacing out. So I feel like, you know, human life is we're pushing towards 100, so you got another 50 years.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah, what do you do in the last 50 years, do you think?
I would hope I am sleeping.
Just become like wise, just like disseminate your wisdom.
Yeah, I definitely want to do something like that. But I feel like the tentacles will reach far enough where I would have built enough. I feel definitely by the time where I'm like out of it, I want to be able to just have things kind of work for themselves.
Yeah, okay.
Like build those communities.
You're talking about a legacy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm new to the titles and whatnot.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a fluid term.
Yeah.
I think.
Legacy. When I still say legacy, I think of like family values
Mm.
and like brothers and trying to raise your children right.
Yeah.
When it comes to like community development, it's just being a good human. I think it's like not the best. Not everyone. There's no best human and whatnot, but if you have the capacity to go out and help and build and create things for other people, go do that.
Yeah.
'Cause not everybody has that gift.
Yeah.
And it's a squandering thing if you do it for yourself.
Mm.
Make $1 billion,
No, I totally agree. That was something that I was listening to on a podcast earlier this week that I liked, was just like make things beautiful. There's another part to that. I forgot it. That was from Tucker Carlson. I was listening to Tucker Carlson.
He's been going on.
He has been going off, and I'm like, I might actually check that. Did he drop alien bombs? That's like 2 conspiracies in one. Yeah, I know. I need to. That's what I've heard. That's where the fire is on Twitter.
That's the next level. So where do you think like media and entertainment is gonna go? So like as we're seeing like images, or we're seeing people like Tucker and Elon come to like the forefront of social media and advertising and kind of pushing their own type of agendas
Yeah.
to millions of people.
Yeah.
Like, how do you think that would play out in the long run?
Well, I kind of see it as like a trend of like people, like I was kind of saying earlier, like we're not interested in like big corporations anymore, and the media companies are like the biggest corporations. But I think the trend that you see happening is like independent media, like being a viable option for like if you have a message to broadcast, you can use independent media and you can get it out there and you can like make something like real out of that. So what I think is exciting is that like everybody's niche interests find an audience, and then it's like the mainstream doesn't really exist anymore. But the other side of that is that there's like no one reality that unites everybody. So it's like there's some good and there's some bad always.
Do you think that kind of decentralized media, do you think that's like you were talking about how it's a uniting force? Do you think that's like a dismantling force as well as like kind of securing the flow of information, making sure things come out raw almost,
Yeah.
somewhat unfiltered? But do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing type of thing?
Yeah, that one's because it's like if you're out there like looking for the information that I don't know, you put forward like what you get back. So if you're out there like looking for like untruths or whatever, you're gonna find it. But if you're out there looking for truth, you're gonna find it too. So the good picture of like rising and decentralizing media is that like people become more able to distinguish signal from noise. But that means like people have to become like pay a little bit more attention and just like become like sharper and like make better choices with like the entertainment they consume.
That's a demanding.
I know that kind of asks a lot, but I also know that at the same time everybody feels bad like a lot of the time with just like the type of like the way that like their relationship to their phone.
It's a consumption thing. Like we all notice it.
We all notice it.
Yeah.
So I think that's significant. I think just like that it is a felt experience of like, this doesn't actually help me. This doesn't actually feed me. What does feed me? I'm going to go find that.
How do you think we can get people into that mentality of this doesn't feed me? I need to go find something that is actually like sustenance. and
Yeah.
junk food? how do you think we can get the average, I don't want to say average person,
Right.
everyone else who's on the wave, how do we get them to the point of putting down their phone?
You know,
Simply put, putting down their phone or reading.
this is interesting because I don't think I would have said this except for outside of this conversation, but your question makes me think of like, well, you can incentivize people to like use platforms that are gonna be like a better source than like the ones that are available. So like incentivize it like with money, like zap people, bully people, bully people off of a platform.
Time-tested method.
Oh.
Time-tested method. It's a time-tested method.
Yeah, but what do you think about that? Like, because, so I wouldn't have said that outside of the context of this conversation because I don't really think that Nostr is like a social media alternative. I don't think of it that way. Mm,
Yeah,
that part.
Yeah, let's. I mean, we can delve into technicals of it. But when it comes to like the social media thing, like I'm an avid use of the interact earn experience. So before I started stacking with the Strike DCA, we started on Bitcoin Magazine and of course Stacker News over here.
Yeah.
Way back when we had the Blue Wallet before I think they started closing channels and stuff, and that's when I stopped really using Stacker News as like a
Yeah.
DCA thing.
Yeah.
And then just started interacting with that application. And even then, as I was getting like sats, like thousands of sats for interacting with people, the only downside for me was, I can't withdraw it. But I was still out just zapping and like cheering on other people
Yeah.
reading.
Right.
And that was an incentive for that because I know when I was starting off and I got like 10 sats, that was a mind-boggling thing for me.
Yeah.
Now they're getting like hundreds of sats for like posting a really good forum post.
Right.
So that type of incentive to have them
Right.
continue on like posting good content.
Right.
And then getting rewarded for good content.
Yeah.
Those
I think it totally works. I think it's proving that it works. It's just the problem of like you asked the question about like the average person. So when I think about the average person, I'm like, I don't know what gets an average person to care about like, is my upvote equal to like an amount of sats?
Sats might be a big jump for them.
Yeah.
So if we can, mine is denominating it in US fiat. Bridging that connection educationally or theoretically for them.
Right.
That would be like mid. That would
Right.
be like a mid transition.
Right. And I feel like a lot of this stuff that I do can like make sense to an average person. And then I like tell them about it. Like I tell my friends about it. I'm like, hey, like I watched this YouTube video and it was like super useful. It taught me something I needed to know. And then I just like my Albi wallet was open in the browser. So I just sent payment to that person directly. Isn't that cool? I didn't send it to YouTube. I sent it to that guy right then. And they don't care. They don't care.
When they become creators, they'll care. Like,
Maybe.
when they become creators, like I don't think we'll be forced into a creator market, but the more time people have, and definitely if we hit some type of recessionary environment and they're forced to have more time, people have to start creating. Like we're gonna.
Oh, yeah.
People are quilting. Like my professor, she made a beautiful quilt.
Oh, I love that.
Like it was made by hand, and I tried to actually raffle for it. Trying to get it for my mom for. Christmas.
Oh, that's a good gift.
$200 back. But, like, that's the type of thing that, like, it's like.
I feel like that really happened since, like, what you're saying, like,
Yeah.
the recession or whatever, like, causing people to want to create more. I feel like that really happened during COVID.
Exactly. And I don't want to, like, be a boohoo news person, but having another type of situation where you force people to create is an amazing bubble. That's, like, an amazing bubble.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, some good came from that, for sure.
Yeah. Of course, there's the therapy and the immense downside of being locked in home for many days. But I'd say the people who made it out of COVID, shout out to you. You're definitely stronger. So.
But this is actually so true. I'm just thinking about it now because, like, in the book that I wrote a book about my grandpa, like, in 2021. And in, like, there's like a prologue where I was talking about that. I was talking about like So like at this point in my life, like COVID had happened. I don't know what it means, but it sort of like is a catalyst for this book existing. So I hope you enjoy it.
Like, how many young people out here writing books? Like, actually, like, I mean, like writing books, being artists, being creative,
Mm-hmm.
and like, this is the incentive. I don't want to say like Nikola Tesla type of thing, but
I was just thinking about that guy. Dude, we're on the same vibe, I think.
This is the top 1% of creators. Being very, like, I don't want to, be too real, but this is a creator market. Like, people who are doing things right now, and if you are interacting with them, they're creative. They're creating viable products. They're creating ecosystems. Apologies. It's telling me to go walk my dogs.
Oh. All right, that's okay.
But yeah,
I've seen your dog. I've seen one of your dogs. Because remember I ran into you in the park?
yeah, that's
That was like a year ago. Or more, maybe.
yeah,
That's funny.
so she's one now, so
Wow.
last week, so
Very active then. She needs a walk.
she is a wild child. Bullies my bigger bull.
Uh-oh.
Who is an actual street dog. Like that is so he gets a run for his money. So wild dynamic.
That's a fun house.
The weekends are immaculate. My room doesn't smell like poop and
Because they're outside.
the only thing is the cleaning is not fun. but
Yeah. The fur. Yeah, sure. All right, well, I really appreciate your time. That was really fun. Come back again next Friday or like whenever.
Yeah, no, this is interesting. This is my first podcast experience. Like,
No way. No way. It's
when I started,
fun.
It was like a little,
Yeah.
like okay.
This is real.
Yeah,
These are the big boys.
Oh, right, exactly. This is big boy games. So, big boy games. So, yeah, this is amazing. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. What else is
I don't know either. I'm going to blow this balloon up, though.
I'm about to smoke a cigarette and go walk my dogs.
Bye, Marcus.
All right, thank you guys. Oh, wow. This is lit. Did you guys get that machine working?
We did, but then
Oh, that gave me a headache immediately. I tried to blow up this balloon and it gave me a headache immediately. Yeah. There's like a minute and a half, two and a half minutes. We're gonna have 2.5 minutes of Topher.
Minutes to do what? What are we doing?
I don't know. You tell me.
There's this. Do you smell that like food that's in the background?
No.
Really? I think Michelle is eating something back there.
Okay.
It smells really delicious.
Okay.
It's making me very hungry.
Oh, so you got to figure that out next. What you're gonna eat.
Yeah, I think so.
But what are you guys doing right now?
Oh man, what aren't we doing? So we originally started playing around with Lightning Box.
Yeah.
Just kind of like took it off the shelf, started playing with it.
Yeah.
Realized that I didn't pay my voltage bill, so it doesn't work.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go fix that.
Yep.
Then we started playing around with Llama.
What's that?
It's a language learning model that was released by Facebook, open source. So,
Okay. Does it suck?
and we're looking up like how much it's going to cost for us to buy a computer that can run like the really big version of Llama.
Okay.
70 billion parameters. The really smart version of Llama.
It's just language though.
It's just language.
Like it's just a chat GPT.
Yeah. It's like having your own chat GPT.
Do you know what happened to? I heard something about Sam Altman getting changing career paths or something.
What? I never heard that.
I heard a rumor. I guess I didn't hear a rumor. I can't really say that. I read a tweet about Sam Altman being fired.
Being fired?
Yeah.
OpenAI?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Interesting
be
if
hot off
true.
the press.
Interesting if true. I don't know. Didn't hear enough about it to really even mention it. So I hoped that you knew more.
I
But
could fact check you in real time.
okay, let's do it.
Because if Sam Altman was fired, then it would be like top story.
Are you checking LinkedIn?
That'd be another good place to check. Oh yeah, OpenAI's board has fired Sam Altman.
Whoa!
That's wild.
That's true.
That's wild.
Is it true? How do you know it's true? What are we
It's
looking
on
at?
Hacker News. It must be.
It's
true.
on Hacker News. It must be true.
No,
Sam Altman
the real
fired.
question is, did this get cross-posted
He knows.
to Hacker News?
You knew it already?
Yes, it did. So now it's on Stacker News too.
Wow.
Wow. Why would they
Okay,
do
so
that?
I really knew what I was talking about.
Is that like a takeover? That has to be like some alphabet agency takeover.
Alphabet
Yeah.
agency takeover.
Yeah, there's no reason why you would fire Sam Altman. Like, he built like one of the greatest AI companies that are currently standing, and he's been very, very open about like his ethics involved in doing so. Yeah, I'm very surprised that they would fire him. It's wild.
What do you think?
Probably he knows something that the board doesn't want the board to know.
That he knows something.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen to him? You think he's being persecuted?
Nah, I just think that he wanted to take this. Well, he probably knows something that is a fatal flaw for the company or something of the sort. And then they fired him and gave him a severance package under NDA. At least that's part of my.
Wait, that's interesting. That is interesting. A fatal flaw, an unknown flaw with like the functionality. So maybe like all of ChatGPT is just gonna like blow up at the end of the week. Yeah, it would be awesome. I think that would be awesome.
They're having trouble with scalability right now, but that's like a good problem to have.
Okay.
Too many people want to use your product, and you just can't keep up. It's
Right.
not like a good problem to have.
Well,
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anything about that. That's a developing situation.
it's a developing situation,
Yeah,
but you
so-
heard it here first.
We're trying to build our own model, and
Oh.
it appears that we need a really beefy computer to do so. So we're shopping on Amazon
Okay.
for computer parts.
Okay. Excuse me.
So I think that brings us up to date to what me and Jim are doing in the corner.
Okay. That brings us up to an hour of this stream, so let's call it at that.
Yeah. Should we shout out Pleb's Giving tomorrow?
I did at the top, but let's give an update. We now have a Pleb Lab full of leaf balloons, so and also letter balloons that I believe are going to spell Friendsgiving.
Nice.
So it's going to be a really good time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
It's gonna be kind of like a housewarming.
Yeah, that's true.
Pleb Lab.
What are you going to bring?
Ooh, something from Costco.
Okay, I'm just going to bring only beer.
Yeah, I was thinking of bringing some kind of soup. or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Or
Oh, yeah. Did you not?
okay.
You haven't signed up on the Google Doc,
No,
bro?
well, I saw it briefly and then it was taken away
Oh, okay.
because it was in the Keep Austin Pleb.
Oh, it
So I have to
was.
find out where
Oh, it's in
the
Slack.
posting place is. In Slack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I have to go find it.
All right, well, we're going to shut it down and we're going to be back next week
Yeah.
at 6 o'clock, PBS.
Peace out.